Hi friends, I am Professor A.B. Kokre. Today we are going to learn about diaphragm wall, its construction and design. Diaphragm wall is a concrete or reinforced concrete wall constructed in slurry supported. Again, concrete is placed using the trimmer installation method and precast concrete panel. If we construct a concrete wall by using the precast concrete panel, then we can call, or we are calling, as a precast diaphragm wall. Diaphragm wall is constructed, or it can be constructed up to the depth of 150 meter and width of 0.5 to 1.5 meter. Diaphragm wall is suitable for civil engineering projects in densely populated city areas. Again, it is used to retain excavation pits in the direct vicinity of existing structures. See some of the pictures of the diaphragm wall constructed, and again we can see some of the instruments or equipments we are used for construction of the diaphragm wall. See, there are some types of the diaphragm wall. The types of the diaphragm walls are depending upon their use of construction material. So the first type of diaphragm wall is the rigid type, and second is the flexible type. Rigid type is nothing but the reinforced cement concrete wall is constructed, and flexible type is nothing but the plastic concrete panels are constructed, cement bentonite slurry trench and earth backfill slurry trench. These are the two types of the diaphragm walls. Now again, diaphragm wall is classified depending on the function. So the functions are structural walls, load bearing elements and cut-off walls. See, the structural wall diaphragm wall are used as a retaining wall for the perimeter wall of deep basements and underground parkings, facilities, subways, underpasses. Again, the load bearing walls are used in place of drill pier in foundation of tall building, bridge piers, etc. And cut-off wall is the diaphragm wall used as a impermeable cutoff to prevent seepage below the earth dam, weir and leaves. See the picture of cut and cover tunnel. See the cut-off wall at the dam site. See the underground water tank and their situation. See, this is the retaining wall. Now, what is the selection criteria of particular type of diaphragm wall? There are some factors are there for the selection of the type of diaphragm wall. So first selection criteria is the site condition. Means the site location is very important for the selection of particular type of diaphragm wall. Then subsurface data. We have to think about the subsurface data for the selection of the particular type of diaphragm wall. Then geological features. It means the what type of strata is available at the particular type of particular place of the construction site of the diaphragm wall. Means the particular which type of soil is available, hard strata is available, soft strata is available, clay, that type of geological features of the particular area. Then depth of overburden, means at what time we have to excavate and construct the diaphragm wall. Then the embankment construction and reservoir loading capacity, that again we have to think. Then availability of construction materials. Some of the construction materials, locally available construction materials, that we have to think while selecting the diaphragm wall. And techno-economic consideration, that also we have to consider while selecting the particular type of diaphragm wall. Then Materials used for the construction of diaphragm wall. Generally, various types of materials we are using for the construction of the diaphragm wall. We can construct the diaphragm wall of reinforced cement concrete, then plastic. So many construction materials we are using for the construction of diaphragm wall. So the first material we are using, that is ordinary Portland cement, that we have to use. Then aggregate, generally 20 mm size aggregate we are using for mixing the concrete. Then sand, 50% coarse sand is we have to use. Then water, generally clean water we have to use. Then admixtures with the reference of IS 456 1978, the admixtures we can use. And then reinforcement, generally mild steel we are using for the construction of diaphragm wall. Then bentonite is used for the flexibility part, and that for that we have to use the IS 12584 1989. Then clay, for that also we have to use IS code for 1498 1970. And finally if we use the plastic concrete diaphragm wall, for that we have to maintain the water cement ratio, and that water cement ratio shall not be greater than 0.5. See the procedure of construction of diaphragm wall. So how to construct? Initially we have to excavation is carried out at whatever depth and length we have to construct the diaphragm wall. For that area we have to excavate the soil or strata. Then after the excavation, the diaphragm wall were excavated and constructed in the discrete panel between the 2.8 meter to 7 meter length and depth of 30 meter. So after the excavation we have to fill the fluid into the excavated to maintain the stability, and again to prevent the collapse. And whatever we are fluid using for the prevention of the collapse and maintain the stability, that fluid is called as the bentonite. Then if the hard strata is available on the particular site, then we have to use the heavy chisels for the breaking the hard strata for the at the time of excavation. Again after the excavation and by inserting the bentonite fluid, we have to use the submersible pumps which are connected to the trimmi pipes, and these trimmi pipes are lowered into the excavation panel, and we can pump the bentonite fluid, and we can insert the concrete on other side. This is the procedure for the construction of the diaphragm wall. Then design consideration. While the designing of the particular type of construction diaphragm wall, we have to think about the design consideration. So we have to avoid and minimize the possibilities of cracking both within and surrounding. Also we have to think about the imperviousness or water tightness. Again while the designing we have to think about the flexibility to avoid the cracking of the wall. If we think about the design, the best location for a diaphragm wall within the structure is where loads are reasonably balanced on both sides of the walls. And after the deciding all the parameters, we can construct the diaphragm wall with the careful study of the site requirement and localize the features. Thank you for time and patience.